host. Owynn, how are you?
I'm not too bad, thank you, Phil. How are you doing today?
I'm really good, thanks, Owynn. It's been another great weekend, hasn't it, for Leicester? Did you enjoy it on Saturday?
I very much did. I very much did enjoy it. It was one of those games, wasn't it, where you have the poppy appeal, the helicopter, very sort of emotional sort of game. And to do it against Watford after what happened a couple of years ago was quite nice in a sense.
Yeah, I think we'll always remember that against Watford, won't we? What happened away? For me, that was a great piece of where we're at now, because that could have crushed us and written us off maybe for a season or two, but it didn't. The team came back. You know, I think that brought together this fearless togetherness that we've been talking about. So when Knockout missed it probably did us a favour.
It did. I always said that we weren't ready to go up that season. Leicester City weren't ready to go into the Premier League. I think if we had gone into the Premier League that season, we probably would have got relegated first time round. And I do think the club, the standard of the players weren't quite ready. But that heartbreak just spurred them on to do better. And you saw the way we ran away with the league in that championship title winning season. You can't beat that. So that happening at Watford, although they might taunt us about it and sort of say, oh yeah, did you cry, blah, blah, blah. It was the best thing for our football club. And now we're sitting third in the Premier League. So we can't really complain.
No, indeed. I mean, the match on Saturday, it was a great coming down, as you say, delivering the ball. That's a spectacle. It was a little bit annoying that the Watford players wouldn't get off the pitch. I really don't know what they're playing at.
To me, it was just disrespectful. The whole idea that the helicopter was coming down to deliver the ball is that the pitch is empty. The helicopter can come down. It's the main spectacle at that point in time. And the Watford players and the coaching staff completely just did not care. Didn't seem to care about that whatsoever. And they just went off and did their own little warm up in the corner. Troy Deeney had to be moved away by a steward because he would not move. He wanted to see the helicopter and he was looking at it. And it's just get out of the way, let the helicopter land. It's at the end of the day, above anything, it's dangerous to be near.
Yeah, I would have thought somebody was having kittens in the health and safety department, having multi-million-pound players underneath a helicopter trying to land.
It was almost, and everyone was booing them. Obscenities were being shouted around where I was, and it's just like, just get out of the way. You're just causing trouble for yourself. You don't need to do this, and especially when Leicester City fans aren't the greatest fans of Troy Deeney at the moment, and I don't think they ever will be.
He played well, by the way. He did play well.
And I was impressed with Igalo as well. He was a very good attacking threat, held the ball up very well, and even managed to shrug off Robert Huth a couple of times. So that is impressive.
I mean, after the helicopter, we obviously had that. I mean, it was an amazing display with everybody holding up the placards to pop it. I think you sit in the East Stand, don't you? And so you perhaps at the match couldn't see how fantastic it looked. I mean, I sit in the family stand and it looked amazing.
Yeah, like you say, I was sitting in the East Stand and I held up my red piece of card, and I couldn't see what it actually looked like. But still, regardless, it was just fantastic. The whole idea of it was just pretty much, it was amazing. And then they came around with the clappers after and started giving the clappers out for everyone who wanted one. But yeah, the whole idea that I think we felt quite good that we had the spectacle this time rather than the cop or anything like that. So I hope the next one is in the family stand and they can keep rotating them around because it kind of brings a bit of togetherness, a bit of the fans think, actually, yeah, we'll do the motif this time. We'll hold up the banners to make something look good so other fans can see it. And then next time it's in the family stand, then it might go back to the cop and then back to the East Stand. And hopefully, I would hope it would go around in that particular motion.
Well, obviously, the one in the cop's been done by another fanzine or fan group called Union FS. And I have to mention them, to be fair. I thought up in that, really we're getting the ground rocking from what we could see from our end. It really, they've got some noise gathering up there. I should think it spreads down right into where you're sitting. It
does. And of course, we have pretty much just 2 blocks away from where I was sitting. We have Jobber with the drum and we have the L1 boys. And I sit in this great place where I can sit down and I can watch the match. But if I wanted to, I can also stand up every now and then and shout and sing and really give a bit of passion. So for me, it's a really great place to sit in J3. That's where I sit. So viewer. I can stand up and shout abuse, or I can stand up and sing for Leicester City, or I can just sit down and watch the match like a normal spectator in a sense.
And let's quickly chat about the match, Owynn. It was a pretty even affair. I think possession-wise, Leicester had 41% of the possession, but I mean we're playing that counter-attacking style of football, so you have to let the opposition team have the 59% of it. But it worked out all right for us.
It did in the end, and I don't think any Watford fans can disagree that we did. I think Leicester City, other than that little scare in the first half where Igalo hit the post, Leicester City didn't really have that much to do. I mean, the only other shot I can really remember, Kasper Schmeichel having to save was a shot in the first half from Abdi on the edge of the area, and then a Troy Deeney a shot in the second half where it was straight at him. So other than that, I don't think Leicester City had too much to worry about other than the penalty. To me, that did seem a little bit like N'Golo Kanté had the ball and no one told him to clear it. He should have just hooked that clear straight away. He shouldn't have brought it down. It should have just been a hook clear. And I think, was that a little bit of communication, or did he just not listen? I don't know.
It was right. It was right in front of us, and I think Kanté's probably been man of the match for many on Saturday. So he just, like you say, I think he didn't quite realise he had the Watford player bearing down on him, and it was a clear penalty. It was right in front of us. There was no argument. And the same with the Gomez one. The only thing, again, we're a long way from the Gomez pulling down Vardy, but I still think that was a red card incident.
I thought it was a red card incident from where I was sitting as well. I saw on Match of the Day on Saturday, Alan Shearer said it wasn't a red card because Vardy was going away from goal, but I don't think he was. I think he was going in a straight line, and if anything, that's towards the goal. Plus, I understand Aurelio Gomez might not have been the last man because there was a defender in line with Aurelio Gomez when he made the tackle, but still, had Vardy got past Gomez, he would have had an empty net to slot the ball into because he was on the edge of the area, and no defender can run faster than a ball can be kicked. No player can. So, if I'm honest, it was denying a goal scoring opportunity, and therefore I thought it was a red card and a clear one.
Mind you, if there's only one goalkeeper I wanted in the Watford goal on Saturday, and that was Gomez. So it was quite good that he stayed on because he was liable to do something pretty rubbish again. He
is becoming rapidly becoming a Leicester City fan. He has done a couple of things that have helped us in a sense. I don't know if you can remember Chris Wood, his proverbial header. That went in off Gomez's kick, and then through his hands for the first goal on Saturday. We sat there, and instead of almost cheering, we were laughing, and that was the that was the whole thing around it. It was just funny. I mean,
it was. I don't think I've ever heard Filbert Street nor the Stadium where the whole crowd sang when he was going to take the goal kick, and the when it builds up, it was almost embarrassingly funny to watch it.
And then every time he caught the ball as well, every time he picked the ball up, there was the jeers of sarcasticness ringing out through the King Power Stadium. So that was quite funny to see as well. So overall, he's done us a couple of favours, although he did save Knockhart's penalty.
I probably did us a favour. Let's stick with that one. It was when Vardy went down, that again in front of where you were sitting, when he went down, it looked like he pulled his groin or his hamstring. It really looked like something quite nasty, and the ground sort of fell silent for a few moments, and then everyone to his name, and I think that's probably 1,000 fans singing your name, and it obviously gave him the will to get back up and run around.
Indeed, and when it happened, we were everyone sort of took a ooh, and then that immediately turns into worry. Is Jamie Vardy going to be out for 6 weeks? That's the worry it turns into. So that we were just like, oh dear. And myself, I would say, I was saying, take him off. If he's got any sort of injury, take him off. Because
I was screaming for him to get up. So
I was as well. I was hoping he was going to get up, and I was very pleased he did get up and didn't have to have a stretcher come over or anything like that. But still, I thought if there was any sense of him being injured, he should have been taken off straight away. And because of that, because he didn't get taken off, I was almost like a bit, has Claudio made the right decision here? But then it seemed that maybe it was just a bit of a tweak, and he ran on. Had a shot saved, then hit the penalty into the roof of the net. The most emphatic penalty I think you'll probably see all season. So yeah, I was quite pleased, obviously, but at the time it was a bit like, that looks a nasty one.
We're going to have another Google Hangout tonight, aren't we? I know we've got a couple of people watching now, but we're just testing the system out, and we're going to have a go for 9 o'clock tonight. So if anybody is watching and wants to join us later at 9 o'clock, we'd like people to, if they get the webcams and the microphones working, to join in. We don't want just it to be myself and Owynn. Yeah, come and join us. Come and have a chat.
We're putting the word out on Twitter and Facebook and other social media networks that we have here at 100% LCFC to try and get as many people to join us as they can.
So, Owynn, what hot topics do you want to talk about tonight? I know you've got a little list of a few questions.
Yeah, we are going to be talking about Leicester City's season in comparison to Chelsea's. We're going to be talking about Jamie Vardy and the comments that Roy Hodgson made about him in the last week or so. We're also talking manager of the month and also looking ahead to the international break and Newcastle United.
So that's going to give us plenty of things to chat about. I think we're going to go live on air at 9 o'clock tonight. So if people want to start getting ready from sort of 8:45, joining in, then we'll go live at 9 o'clock. So from myself and from Owynn,
it's goodbye.
And we'll see you soon. See you at 9 o'clock tonight. Thanks, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye.